Good morning, traders. It's Paul Clevitt from iwanttobeaforextrader.com. Going to show you, have a look at a couple of trades that we had yesterday. Market's pretty flat at the moment. I think it's because of the Yellen effect from last week from FOMC, which kind of really screwed things up a little bit. Okay, so this is the Signal Trader Forex trading system. It includes a robot called STRobot. STRobot actually uses what you can see on the screen, and this is a Chief Yen trade it put on yesterday. We had a GBP Aussie which stopped out. You can see it looked like it was going to come towards it. So look at GBP Aussie. But it's just flat. It's just bouncing up and down. So here's the GBP Aussie you had yesterday. STRobot put it in here, or down here somewhere, and it bounced. It went all the way down. It was doing really well, and it just reversed straight back up again, and now it's kind of hanging around. Same with Chief Yen. We're in a Chief Yen trade. There's the chart there. Let's have a look at the Chief Yen, which we're sitting in at the moment. And as you can see, the daily chart, it's pretty flat. Okay, now if you look at the weekly's bearish. Daily's bullish because of this. But yesterday we broke the trend. If you see an arrow, well, we've got an arrow up and an arrow down, that means it's broken the trend. But it broke the trend, the daily trend, and then promptly went back in it. So at the moment on the 15-minute chart, we're in a little bullish move. Just sort that out, as you can see here. But yesterday we actually rode this all the way up, all the way down, and now it's going up again. So goodness knows what's going on. If you see this, where you've got a down arrow and a cross arrow, that means that we're flat. The market's flat. So effectively, you can see that by this, where it's come down on the hourly. Let's go and look at the hourly. You can see exactly what's happened. It is actually kind of flat. It's kind of not going anywhere. This beautiful downward move we were in yesterday, it just rallied back up again, and now we're going down again, and now we're going up again. Now on the daily chart, there's a bit of a different story, and this is where we trade from, where STRobot trades from. Let me show you why. I think this is a head and shoulders. Okay, here's the shoulder here. There's one of the shoulders there. There's one of the shoulders there, and there's the head there. Now what that means is, of course, is that we are heading down this way. Okay, STRobot's got a lovely trade sitting there waiting for this to happen. And yesterday, this is the candle from yesterday. STRobot identified the head and shoulders, identified the move down, and the market's just gone the other way. It's just absolutely disinterested in actually doing what I want, which is absolutely normal from the market. But these things happen. This is the Forex. Anything can happen. Your best laid plans and diagrams just, could be completely wiped out. So just going through it, this is the currency heat map over here. So the currency heat map there. So this shows by tick, so it's very, very up to date, the heat of the currency. So that the green is the stronger is the green, weaker is the red. So if it's bright red, it's very weak, and if it's bright green, it's very strong. So at the moment, the dollar's very, very weak, and the Canadian dollar's very strong. So let's look at dollar CAD. You can get an example of what's going on. Dollar CAD. Here you go, case in point. So you can see that dollar CAD has been dropping for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days odd. So, and everything's bearish on it. 15-minute chart is, let's just expand that so we can see it. Again, bearish, but it's did the same thing yesterday. It just came back during the European market hours, and it kind of dropped down again, but nothing's really moving to any great extent. This is quite an interesting trade, the dollar CAD, but we would have taken it back here if we were going to take that trade on the cross. At the moment, it's heading for extremes, so that means probably it's due for a reversal. So they're going to have to correct that. They can't carry on going down like that. So I wouldn't get involved in dollar CAD at the moment. STRobot would have suggested a trade from here, and that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 last week. It was the week before. In fact, we had this trade, but I think STRobot closed it on this candle. The week before last, STRobot made me 350 pips. Then yet Ms. Yellen came along, and it all went kind of haywire last week. I made a loss last week of about 50 pips to 70 pips. It was quite, but then we trade for big numbers, so that's okay. And then this week we're sitting in, we just got one trade on. That's all. One measly trade on. But that's just normal. That's the market. Sometimes, let's look at this chief yen. Go back to this chief yen. See what it's doing. So that's the markets, and look, you can see it's just hanging around, and it could come back up again, and maybe STRobot will close us off at a loss, and then we'll take the trade again. But you know, we have periods in the markets of where they are flat, and that's just life. You know, that's just what it is, and you just have to deal with it. So have a great day. That's a bit about Forex, the STRobot. So basically, if you see up and down arrows, we're looking for it's into a trend break. So the clue is that if this is bullish, so at the moment, so we had a little downward trend going on. We had a downward trend going on here. We broke out of that. We're now in a little bullish move into an upward trend, which we had last night. Okay, but we're coming to the end of a session, I think. So look, it's the Sydney sessions and the Tokyo session are coming to an end, I think. So I would imagine that this may be all over in a second. It won't be very long before it's over. We're probably going to come back down again this morning. I hope so. Because it's driving me crazy. 30 minutes. Yeah, you can see this was yesterday's. It does look like a big hook going north, but only because I can see this pretty clear head and shoulders. I think we're on the way back down. Anyway, have a great day. It's I want to be a forextrader.com if you're interested in the signal trader trading system.